Hi folks, it's Tom at Tom's Motoring Lounge, and you join me today. You can see right behind me a Land Rover Discovery, the Discovery 5 to be precise. Launched in 2017, it's been 8 years since the car came out, so I wanted to do a review and a walk around. Enjoy the video, leave a comment below. If you have any questions, please comment below as well. Hit subscribe, and again, thank you for watching. Thank you. And here she is, the 2025 Land Rover Discovery. Now this particular car is a dynamic SE, which is one of the trim levels in Lantau Bronze. The other trim levels, S, moving up to the dynamic SE, and then finally the Metropolitan, which is the highest trim level. Now 2026, they've kind of renamed a few things. They've introduced a couple of changes. I'll go over 2026 in a future video, but there are some differences in trim levels there. But this is a gorgeous vehicle. Now, as I had mentioned previously, the Discovery, this version of the Discovery 5, was launched 8 years ago in 2017, so it has been around a while. There has been changes over the years. Overall, the same shape, the same body shape, but there have been big changes interior wise. The center console, the dash, etc. has come a long way since the 2017 models. Exterior differences, main differences would have been the rear tail, the rear tail lights you see here, and on the front, the front headlights, light clusters. As you usually find on most cars, most brands, there would be a midlife or a couple of midlife refreshes on these vehicles. Now we are expecting, based on Land Rover's 10 or so year program, every 10 years they come out with a new generation of vehicle. 2017 this came out, so you expect in the next year, towards the end of 2026, maybe as early as this time next year, we may see the next generation Discovery, which would be the 6th generation Discovery. We may get some glimpses of it being tested. In fact, I think there have been some shots of the new Discovery Sport, although they have been mistakenly reviewed or mentioned as being a baby Defender. I don't think that's the case. If you do Google baby Defender photos, you'll see what appears to be, in my opinion, the replacement Discovery Sport, or Freelander, as I prefer to call them. But in this video, I'd like to go over the Discovery 5, hugely underrated vehicle. Land Rover have their three main models: Defender, Range Rover, Discovery. Range Rover being full luxury, Defender more rugged. Discovery, I always like to say, is right in the middle, best of both. And in many ways, I would say the Discovery is hugely underrated. There could be a few reasons for that, and I'm going to go over them in this video. Now, one of the big differences between this Discovery and the Discovery 4, or the LR4 in America, is the body shape. The LR4, or the Discovery 4, was boxy. Everybody loved that boxy look. With the Discovery 5, they made it more kind of Range Rover Sport feel, in terms of the rounded front end. You can see there are no square edges on this car. Everything is rounded. Coming round to the back, you'll see, if you're not familiar with the Discovery, that is a rounded back end, whereas before, bang, straight up. And the Discoveries have always had that boxy feel, so it was a big departure the Discovery 5 went in. And you could almost say that the Defender, and I have one right there, the Defender is very similar to those previous Discoveries. They went more box design, like the original Defender, yes, but also like the older Discoveries. But that doesn't take away from this vehicle. It is still an excellent Land Rover. It is still an excellent SUV. Exterior, it's a good looking vehicle. Interior, very comfortable. We're going to go over everything. So let's take a look at the inside. As I open the door, we are welcomed by a full leather ebony interior, Really beautiful interior. 2 sunroofs, as you can see, they are closed currently. Light stitching, black leather, armrests, full leather steering wheel. You got all the packages. Really comfortable cockpit to be in. I'm gonna jump in right here. And a really nice driving position. So the Discoveries and all Land Rovers in general have a gorgeous driving position. You're set up, you're above everyone else, you can see over everything in front of you. This is no exception. Now 2025 or 2024, this new design came in. Bigger screen, the Pivi Pro infotainment. You still get the climate controls in the button form. Let me show you. I'm going to start her up. I'm just going to put my belt on, otherwise it will keep beeping at me. You do get the buttons, which, you know, if you are familiar with the Range Rover, they have started to remove the climate buttons. Now 2023 in the Range Rover, you still had the buttons. Range Rover Sport, you still had the buttons. Now you have everything in the screen. Thankfully, and I do like the screen, but I prefer the old dials. Have everything in front of you here at a push of a button instead of having to go in. Personally, I prefer that more than a full screen, but that's just me. Nice size steering wheel, thick steering wheel, nice to grip. Plenty of options, as you can see here. Safety features, you've got the adaptive cruise control right here, the lane departure, the limiter, the cruise control, heated steering wheel. Over on the left, this is where you control the driver display. So for example, I can change the whole layout. Let's just turn it into a full-size map. There we go. And I can turn it back again, or I can put one dial, or I can change the left panel, right panel, and the overall layout as well. Let's go back to 2 dial for now. Center console, big design. So opening up here, refrigerator, an option. This one has it, nice to have. You've got the wireless phone charger here. You've got another little slot here for a secondary phone or a wallet. In here, number 1, the key, cup holders. And then underneath the cup holders, you have a big storage inside the center console, I should say. Continuing on the storage theme, right here, push of a button, this drops down. Guess what? More storage in there as well. And just like the Range Rover, you have 2 glove boxes. So you have the main glove box under here, and you have the folding down glove box at the top, just like you get in the Range Rover and the Range Rover Sport. There we go. Up top, you've got the in control here, the in control setup, and you've got the SOS function. You've also got the blinds for the sunroofs and the sunroof open button. The front sunroof is the only one that opens. The second sunroof is just a roof light essentially, but good size, plenty of light. And then the armrests. So the armrests are a nice feature. I wish they had these on the Defender. Something I would add. I mean, the Range Rover has them, the Discovery, the Range Rover Sport, the Velar and the Evoque are too small personally, but I think the Defender, just like the Discovery, it would be a nice feature to have these armrests. Let's take a look in the second row. Here we are in the second row, and plenty of space. So this is with the seat all the way forward. This is with the second row all the way back. You see how much space is there. And right here, this is with the front seat pretty much all the way back. I have at least an inch and a half, couple of inches. Obviously, if I move my legs in, this is a little bit deeper than the side of the seat, so there's plenty of space. And there's a good look at the cockpit. Really nice interior. Hugely underrated interior. People talk about the Defender interior, the Range Rover interior. They tend to forget about the Discovery. But it is a very, very nice place to be. And then finally, we're just going to jump out and I'm going to show you the boot. That's where the third row is. So, unlike previous Discoveries, this is a full hatchback. Obviously, Discovery 3, Discovery 4, or LR3 and LR4, you would have the split tailgate here, which was a different shape, would be a little bit higher here, come down, the top hatch would open, and then you drop the tailgate. Kind of like the Range Rover, just not a straight design. Now this one does, this particular car, this is an option here, this one does have an automatic kind of interior tailgate, which you can lift or raise at a push of a button right there. Plenty of space in the back. Now the seats are down obviously, but there are 2 seats underneath the floor, folded away if you don't need them. There they are. If you do need them, they come straight up. That second row can adjust back and forth, so depending on who is in the third row, you know, somebody tall, I'm 5'10", so I'd probably slide that front seat forward a couple of inches. It still gives the second row a good amount of space, but it opens up a good amount of space in the back as well. Let's get a look at the interior. So there's how much space you see is if that seat's all the way forward, this is all the way back. Now to move the seat back and forth, there is a lever under here, goes back and forth, and to get into the car you simply push the button like so. The back of the seat goes forward, and then very easily you push it back, and that's where you hop up and get in. To close, put it back like so, push the button again. You can see it didn't all go all the way back, so you can adjust that to go back and to go forward like so. And now the exterior. So really nice design. I personally prefer a more boxier design on a Land Rover, but this is not an ugly vehicle. Plenty of space. It's a good looking car from the front, the back and the sides. This particular car has a 21-inch, it's like a 2-tone rim. You can see the gloss silver here with a slightly darker grey interior to give that kind of shadow effect. This one does have the exterior black pack, so you can kind of see that on the front here. The front grille is black badging. You get the black grille, which is also part of the Dynamic SE trim line. You get the black side vent, the black skirting, and the roof is black as well. Something I like about the Discovery, they still have a Land Rover badge. So I don't know if you've noticed this, any Land Rover 2023 or later, so a 24, 25 and now 26. Let's take a look at the back of the car. Where's the Land Rover badge? Do you see it? I don't. They've taken off the Land Rover badges. So previously, I believe it would have been here on the Discovery. They've now taken away the Land Rover badge on the back. Thankfully on the Discovery, they do still have it here. Personally, as a lover of Land Rovers, I wish they would just keep the Land Rover badge on the back. I know they're going down their route of, you know, the 3 model design, Discovery, Range Rover, Defender, the 3 brands as they call them. But for me, just personally, the brand is Land Rover. The models are Discovery, Defender, Range Rover. No need to change a good thing. That's just my 2 cents. So exterior, good looking car, good presence. Let's look at the front. Wide wheel arches right there. A beautiful car. Let's get a little bit lower. Aggressive looking car. Coming around the front here, side. You can see those black vents. If this was an S, you would lose these. I can do a video on an S as well in the future just to show you the differences, of course. This would be silver and not black. This would also be silver and not black. So Dynamic SE, you get more things standard, but visually a different vehicle as well. And you do get the roof rails on the top, as you can see, like so. I wanted to do a little drive here, a small one. I don't have the gear right now to do a proper driving video, but I'm gonna put it in a drive and just kind of show you what the Discovery is all about. 2 engines. This one's the 4-cylinder, 300 horsepower. There is a 6-cylinder, 360 horsepower, which certainly has more pickup, but the 4-cylinder is more than capable of doing the job. Beautiful driving positions, you can see. It's just a nice place to be in the cockpit. Nice place, good mirrors, good visibility in the back, decent visibility here as well, and out the back as well. I'm going to do like a little summary here. So, you know, the Discovery, I feel, you know, as someone who's been around Land Rover for about 26 years, the Discovery is a vehicle that I think personally is hugely underrated. In many ways, it's also overlooked. You know, even Land Rover, I wouldn't say they've given up pushing the Discovery, but the focus is on the Range Rover, the focus is on the Defender as well, not so much the Discovery, which is a shame. Now, whether that's because you know, there's going to be a new Discovery in 2 years and they're going to change gears and start to push that and promote that, market that better than they have this one, maybe. Behind the scenes, there's no doubt that they're already designing it, maybe even already driving it, as I discussed. So a lot to be considered. You know, if you're looking to get a Discovery now, please do. It's an excellent car. It'll do you well. It's a phenomenal family vehicle, very comfortable. If you don't have a family and it's just you, or just you and your partner, your husband, your wife, it is a great option. It really is. Off-road as well, more than capable. You get the air suspension just like you do in the Defenders and the Range Rovers. You know, you get the all-wheel drive standard. You get you know, the all-terrain programs. Let me show you. So if I push this, let me push it down, you get everything here: eco, comfort, grass, gravel, snow, mud, sand, and wading. So it is a more than capable vehicle for any terrain. Those who know Land Rovers know that these cars were tested for all climates, all terrains, and the Discovery is no different. So just because you see lots of Defenders out there, lots of Discoveries, doesn't mean you shouldn't go for, lots of Range Rovers and Defenders, doesn't mean you shouldn't go for Discoveries. There is an S. There's another Dynamic SE. Various color options to choose from. So, in summary, like I said, a hugely underrated car. A hugely capable car. Very comfortable, plenty of space inside. Whether you have a family or you don't, or you haul things, more than capable. Excellent vehicle. The Land Rover Discovery, I would get one in a heartbeat. I look forward to seeing what they do next in the 6th generation. I've been around every single generation. The first with those TDI engines, the Discovery 2 with the TD5, obviously the Discovery 3 when it went more boxy, the Discovery 4, and then the Discovery 5 here. Each generation has been excellent, truly brilliant, hugely underrated vehicle. If you have any questions, if you'd like me to go over anything again, or if there's something I did not go over, please leave a comment below. I'd be happy to do so. I can make separate videos. People request videos all the time, so please leave some feedback. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks again for watching Tom's Motoring Lounge, and I'll see you next time. Signing off with the 2025 Land Rover Discovery.